Good evening, fellow investigators into the weird and occult and beyond, and welcome to yet another chapter of our Preludes to Arkham Mass. My name is Philip, and I am the Keeper, and I am joined by several of our wonderful players. Yes, sir, please.
I just had a great thought based on your intro.
Okay.
If we have one more, I know we're not going to, but if we have one more like prequel games in the 80s, it could be Preludes and Quaaludes.
Well, the 70s would work as the only other time I might want to do one is 75.
Okay.
Which is 50 years ago from now. Also, for the record, our game is 100 years ago, because it's 1925. That's 100 years from now, because it's 2025.
100 big ones.
Oh, hi everybody. And yeah, we a hype train is going on, so that's very very exciting. I'm gonna take a sip of my
non-brony.
Oh, that's great. Oh, so
I interrupted your intro. You missed a big part of the evening.
I was gonna say good. I don't know if I have you guys say good evening in this one. I know my sign out is the resist the call of Cthulhu, and I'm happy about it. But I don't have a fully say good evening players. You know, maybe we can carry that over. What do you think? Is that a fun continuity?
We can figure out something completely different.
Well, for now I'll say, I hope everyone out there is having a good evening. Say good evening, players.
Good evening, players.
This is tonight's non-alcoholic Negroni. They didn't have the non-alcoholic gin that I like, but they had the non-alcoholic rum. And so this is, I think, what some people call a Kingston Negroni. A rum Negroni. It's good. God. Well, anyway, how's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good. A little chilly, a little nippy outside.
A little chilly, and not to bring up because many of us here are in the Los Angeles area. I've been very paranoid since getting back about I would really like to turn on my heater, but I strongly suspect my heater pulls in air from outside, and I'm I don't think I should do that right now. You know, etc.
I was seeing someone talking about someone with a medical degree.
Yes, that's who I would like to hear from, please.
Saying that as long if you're not super near to the fires at this point, you don't need to. It's not a big deal. If you can smell smoke at this point, because of just how far it's been, how long it's been in our area at least.
Yeah.
There's no ash coming down or anything here where we're at anymore, so we should be okay.
So would you exercise outdoors right now?
I don't. Depends on where. It would depend on where.
Would you personally? Oh, you don't exercise. Never mind. But
no, I don't know.
Would you encourage people to right now? Is my question.
I actively discourage people from exercising. So
this is funny, guys. This is all funny for good reasons. Well, there you go. But yeah, so we have been off of the stream for various reasons here for over a week. But I'm glad that we're back on the channel. And I hope that things can return to normal for everyone in the LA area as soon as possible. Sophia just didn't want to exercise, so this is good news. Yeah, I'm with you. I've just been pacing. I've been getting my steps by pacing in my apartment, and those are lower quality steps. Let us all recognize. Not as good of steps. Well, we have a hype train, but it's ending. All right, well that's fine.
Unless someone donates a bunch of subs right now. 3. Come on.
7,
sub.
6.
Sub.
Actually, you don't have to worry about that. You know what? Actually, I kind of almost don't want people to do that because they're going to do it after the hype train ends. And then it's just you started a new... We got a success for... Well, we hit we hit something. We got to level 2. There we go.
I got a frog.
Congratulations.
I got a frog.
I don't know what...
Is that you, Zane?
No, I didn't do anything. I just got a frog. I think it's
frog ponder. Okay.
Here we go.
Hype chest on the way.
Well, thanks.
Are these new hype train emotes for this year?
Because these are 2020. We're in 2025.
Wow.
We're getting.
Wow, those are something. Galanorian Saber, I'm going to throw a question out to you just in chat while we're talking about other stuff. How are you liking Marvel Rivals, by the way? I'm curious. It's not a genre of game I play, but I've heard a lot of people saying positive things and then some people complaining. So you can sound off in the comments if you'd like.
And we do
Is
have
that a fight-
someone,
is that a
we do have
fighting game?
someone in this on this stream right now who has in fact streamed Marvel Rivals online.
Oh, really? Lauren, can you tell us about Marvel Rivals?
I'm a terrible streamer. I haven't been on in like a year.
Do you? What is your? I assume you're talking about Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole, what is your take on Marvel
Listen,
Rivals?
the thing is, I joined two people who have been playing it.
Mhm.
They didn't really explain much, and they're like, let's jump in and do it. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Okay.
It is really interesting because they all are saying their catchphrases in the background. So I saw this tweet that was excellent where it's like, it's really hard to take people getting ragey over this game seriously when they're screaming profanities, but in the background you can hear Spider-Man being like, it's about to get sticky. And like that's kind of the game.
Okay.
In how I would sum it up is like random catchphrases from characters plus Overwatch plus chaos.
Okay.
It definitely
But
looks
there's a
lot
cute
like
little shark.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Jeff the baby land shark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like third-person Overwatch.
Third person Overwatch. So Overwatch is first person.
Yeah.
Have they ever made a
Right.
second person game?
Yeah, you're looking into your own eyes. You have to use the reflection of your eyes or something. I don't know.
I like that a lot.
Oh man. Well. Okay.
What is
Well,
it? What is this on? Is this?
I think you can get it Steam and Epic. It's free.
It's pretty.
PC and console. Yeah.
It seems all over the place
Yeah.
at this point.
Like
I
it's one of
downloaded
those
it.
like
Yeah.
I could see myself enjoying if I knew what I was doing before I was thrown into it. I just need time to acclimate because there are so many different characters and all of them have different things they do, like
Yeah.
very specific moves. So it's one of those if you know what you're doing and if you're playing with people that you know and like, I think it can be a lot of fun.
Interesting. They've
Just
really been.
my personal take.
I play Marvel Snap, which is just like a card game, and they've been promoting like they did like a cross promotion season with it, which was kind of weird. But so I'm very
Interesting.
aware of it, and it's all over my feed since there's so much Marvel Snap stuff in it. But now it's all this other stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what this is about. Why is everyone talking about Sue Storm all the time? All of a sudden,
I will say most of the characters are cheeked up. Venom, yeah.
Does that mean a butt thing?
Yeah.
Caked
Yeah,
up,
cheeked
yeah.
up.
Okay. I was about to say. I was
Caked
about
up,
to.
cheeked
I would
up,
thank you for
same
asking
difference.
Zane because I wasn't sure what it
It's
meant.
not like
Yes.
they're chewing a lot. It's not like squirrels.
So
There is Squirrel Girl, a character.
is Squirrel
so-
Girl in the game?
Yeah,
She
Okay.
cheeked up here and there.
yeah. Actually,
Isn't she like 12?
I don't know.
No, she's
I
like a
just know-
teenager.
Her character just always yells, "My
thought she was
friends are here," and like everybody plays as her, so I like can't unhear her
There's just that all the
catchphrases
time.
in the back of my head all the time.
Oh, she's in college.
Oh, she's in
Sophie.
college. Oh, thank God.
So
I
she's
wanted
a-
to
good.
It's
cancel.
perfectly reasonable.
If
and
she's a
normal.
teen, she's a legal teen, and that's what that means. But so anything Zane said was fine.
Yeah, I'm playing a video game right now. Little late to it, but I'm
Okay.
playing Wukong Black Myth right now, and I'm really enjoying it. It's very fun.
Okay.
And,
is anyone cheeked up in that game?
There are some cheeked up characters. Not the character that I play. He is not cheeked up.
Art, I'm not. Is that I'm about to ask the dumbest questions. Never mind. I was about to say, is that a common thing in video games? My guess is that it is. My guess is.
I think it is.
Yeah.
That's
Listen, if you're not in their first person point of view and you're behind them as they walk, what are you looking at, right?
Oh my god, I hadn't thought of it because I was thinking of like the fighting games I've played often, like like fighting. Like I think of like stupid like jiggle mechanics of like.
We're talking about
like,
Bloody Roar?
I'm not talking about Bloody Roar so much as things like Tekken or like
Dead or Alive?
yeah, well, Dead or Alive, but like Dead or Alive, I wouldn't say everyone's cheeked up on Dead or
No,
Alive.
but they're...
But
there's
I
something
get it.
else
If
about
you're
it.
behind them the whole game, yeah, I guess that is what you do. God, everyone needs to get a life.
I'm excited to play Indiana Jones, and I wonder if Indiana Jones is cheeked up.
Fortune.
too.
One's named Fortune and the other's named Glory.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Indiana Jones reference, everybody. What, Lauren?
I keep disappearing. Like,
You are. Is your background, is your room too dark?
it's black, and then this is black, so whatever. Parts of me are just not going to be here. Mostly my mind.
Relatable.
Well,
Thank you for your support, Nicole.
Always.
Well, wonderful. Well, as you can see, I am now back in Los Angeles, which means I no longer have a background or cans. Do people say cans?
Oh, you got. Hey, Philip, you got a pair of cans.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Do
you
people
cheeked up.
do people say that anymore?
Yeah.
Okay, or is that
For
only
boobs?
for like? No, for headphones.
I've never heard headphones called that, but
Really?
I don't know
understood.
anything.
Dan was sound though in a game,
Dan
and
was
he had his
sound.
pants on.
He
That
was
is
sad.
true.
He had
I
cans
did. I
on.
did get my cans out.
Well, in any event, let's talk about this because I don't want to say I've been stalling. It's more I've been like, oh, here's a fun thing to talk about because we all have to cast our minds back weeks to remember the first part of this 1925 game because who can remember that far back? But this is why I write the recaps, so we have some notes. In our last session of this, where we have some returning players and returning roles to finish out our 1925 Prelude moment, we went to an Italian restaurant on the lower south side of Arkham 100 years ago, a place called Anton's. A newly opened restaurant that is where certain individuals associated with some families often will have meals, but it also is it's not exclusively a mob restaurant. I guess that's what I'm trying to get at. We met Thomas Durfee, who was a waiter there. He was trying to make sure everything ran smoothly. We met Inez Ballard, who is one of Arkham's leading calligraphers, and she was there to help them create a new, beautiful menu. We also met Borland Snow and Clara Arnold. Borland being a bootlegger, Clara being an attorney representing him. They ordered some Italian sodas, which is how you would order alcohol back in this Prohibition era restaurant. We also met Winnie Peck, a beautiful, dare I say, cheeked up actress.
Was this a time period when being cheeked up was desirable?
I think it actually was. I think back then there was a more of a focus on the Rubenesque. Although a lot of those flappers were pretty gammy, so actually maybe not. I don't know. The point, whatever she was, her appearance score is 85, which means Thomas was falling over himself.
Yeah.
To make sure that she had a good table, especially because she was there meeting Lou Benito, the bodyguard of someone of Joe Petrello, who's someone who Thomas knew never pays. So he wanted to make sure that Lou's guest was triple. When he saw her, he was like, oh my god, I gotta be so nice to this lady. It was, as Lauren said, cute. However, a very strange woman in clothing that was very nice and upscale but didn't fit her well came in seeking the actress, claiming that she was here on behalf of Lou to talk about the play. For Winnie had come for some kind of stage job situation. Wasn't sure. Somebody was maybe gonna offer her a role. She'd done more like vaudeville-y stuff at this point. Wasn't quite sure what this was. This woman sat down and was very, very disconcerting. She also gave Winnie a black book that had a strange yellow symbol on the cover, one that kind of made Winnie dizzy. Winnie was a little resistant. The woman started crying in a way that was very upsetting, so Winnie's like, okay, I'll look through the book, and she did. It's a play called The King in Yellow. Very dreamlike, strange, about a place called Carcosa. She told this woman that this is probably not producible on the stage, but perhaps you could make it into a movie. The woman was unfamiliar with this, but based on Winnie's kind of... Clearly this person wasn't getting what she wanted, so she instead uttered some words, causing everyone in the restaurant to sort of swoon and fall over, aside from Borland, Winnie, Clara, Inez, and Thomas. But the rest of the patrons and staff, including Anton and Carmela back in the kitchen, they all fell over. The rest of you sort of came to your senses, gathered. You weren't sure if this was a gas leak, food poisoning, or Bolsheviks. But then Winnie told you of the play that she was shown, the strange book. This, she also managed to sort of draw the symbol, and Inez, as a someone who does a good bit of artistry and drawing and knows of different scripts and things, suspected that this is an occult sigil. And she actually knew someone they could talk to, so she said, let's go talk to them. Clara kind of suggested everyone here needs to come and do this because she's curious, and if you don't, you're abandoning she's an officer of the court. Well, she's probably not. She's not a district attorney. So she used legalese to imply she was an officer of the court. But she kept herself from it ever being impersonation or fraud. She knows what she's doing. Oh, and Thomas turned off the stoves, so the place didn't burn down. So that was good thinking, Thomas. Borland then drove everyone across town to 588 Gedney Street on the north side in his Model T. That's right, he had a Model T Ford. 1925. You came to a house that had a sign simply reading rare books and maps. Inez told everyone that her niece, Alice, is the housekeeper here. And Alice's employer is very knowledgeable of books, rare works, might know this symbol. Inez didn't really expect to find her niece here working at night. She probably comes just a couple days a week during the morning, but she entered and called out, and soon Edward Tillinghast kind of walked into the room looking a little disheveled and dazed. An older man. I think I showed you guys a picture of him last week. He was kind of had like a goatee and balding and glasses. 55 years old, so that means he was born in 1870. Wow. Just after the Civil War.
Just right when the German states were unifying.
Hey, history comes alive on this channel. But lesser so herstory because I don't know as much about it, but I should learn.
Not an ally of you, Philip.
What I'm doing is being honest about my shortcomings.
Fair enough.
They did women case in point, do women have the vote in 1925? I know they get it in the 20s.
Yes, 1919.
They get it in 1919?
Oh, 1919 was when it was ratified in 20, I believe.
Okay.
Proposed in 19. Let's be very clear, only white women.
It was like 20 or 21. Because my grandma was born in 1919 and she was born before women could vote.
Understood.
Yeah.
Well, it was only white women who were allowed to vote at all, who had the constitutional right, or it was only white women who like in practice would be able to.
Who in practice would be able to?
Yeah, like legally, strictly speaking, anyone was supposed to, but they had all the poll taxes and all the nonsense like that and tests.
Yeah.
There you go. So.
Yep. America.
No, not herstory. We did it. And I don't think, and everyone wore stockings back now too. Okay, in any case, Edward Tillinghast was a little dazed, a little confused. You tried to tell him about this book. Speaking of the King in Yellow, caused him to grow agitated. He started screaming and pointing at the floor. He kind of lashed out at Winnie, who was trying to sort of calm him. And Borland had to basically like subdue the guy. At this point, however, Winnie, Inez suggested Winnie say some of the words that lady said, talk more about the stuff. She began that. The guy was getting really angry until Alice, Inez's niece, who she didn't expect to be there, suddenly walked out, put a hand on Winnie's mouth and said, "Don't say any of that." She gave Inez a look of like, "What are you doing?" She went over to Tillinghast. She kind of just tapped his forehead, muttered a couple things. He fainted. She then sat down and was like, "What the hell are you all doing here?" And that is where we left off. Does anyone want to add any beats that I did not give in that little recap? Anything anyone remembers that I didn't mention?
Adding beats, Philip? That sounds like borscht, and what are you, a Bolshevik?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Yes, I okay.
Oh, fair enough.
If we're gonna make Bolshevik, yeah, I get it. Yes, but no. Any other moments from that we?
I barely remembered any of that, so
Who of our players even remembers what I just said? Does that sound familiar-ish?
now.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we're good.
God, this is good. I just want like 6 of them.
Did you put fresh orange peel in there?
I did. I sliced it off of an orange, and then it always bothers Lauren because I really just like to eat the orange peel by
No, it's
itself.
great. It's good for your eyes, I hear.
I have
Lauren, did you feed Jordy?
no, not dinner, guys. He gets 3 meals a day. Wait, did I? No, I did. Wait. I have to think about it. I'll text you.
You didn't. He needs to eat. Philip, when should we feed Jordy?
No.
I'm throwing up right now.
Yeah. Wow.
You can see him through the chair. Look at him.
Oh yeah, you can.
He's in the middle of the chair.
Wow.
He's like, these guys didn't feed me anything.
Wow, that's really wild.
I've eaten twice today, you guys.
Oh, you messed it all up. Did you feed him?
No, he's not coming.
You gotta feed him. He doesn't need to show up to feed him.
You just have to. All you're saying is that if you've put the food out, you've done your work.
Exactly. He'll go get it.
Okay.
I really liked when he was in the little chair. That was probably the best part of the show so far.
Yeah, it was pretty good. That was certainly better than you and me learning what cheeked up means.
Yeah.
That was an important part.
Yeah, it was cultural.
Ugh, just like learning about women getting the vote in 1920. When they get it in the UK, I think earlier.
I think marginally earlier, yeah.
1670. Oh, dang. Ooh, no, I think it was later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, who knew?
Oh, except UK had it. I
Reported
mean,
to the authorities for that.
what?
For starving our dog.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding, y'all. He does get fed 3 times a day. This is his 3rd meal, so.
How many meals should a dog have a day?
Well, he gets fed the right amount, but we just break it up into 3 so he doesn't, like, accidentally flip his stomach.
Mhm.
So, like, 2.5 cups.
Snakes are only supposed to eat like not very much. They eat like once a. Snakes eat like once every 2 weeks. You feed them a mouse. I had a friend who had a snake.
I had a snake, but I think it was about every week or 2.
Every week or 2, yeah. He fed it every week.
I do want to take a moment to say thank you to Lauren Shuby, who got me the Plantasia vinyl,
Oh.
and I've been jamming it. I very much like it, and I have heard some of the music from it, not knowing it was Plantasia.
Well,
Very fun.
Anyone on TikTok has actually heard some of it. Some of them are TikTok sounds, I
Not
realized.
for long.
anyone on TikTok has heard those sounds.
Oh,
Anyone.
not for long. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. TikTok's going away.
R.I.P.
And I know Pierce always gets mad when I make this joke, but does this mean Kesha won't be free again? When TikTok goes away, does that mean Kesha's trapped?
Spelled different. Different spelling.
I remember
get
how
it.
there was a song called
I
TikTok by
want
Kesha. It's a good song.
Oh,
Ay. I don't know. Anybody? Are we ready to jump? Well, now they're.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
yeah.
I'm so ready.
But are we? Anything else we need to?
I set the table.
You did. The table is set. You are a waiter. If there's one thing you're good at. Oh, that is a thing. A question. Did we do all of our roles for improvement that we could have last time? I think we did.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
should probably get my dice.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Grab your dice.
Guys,
Grab your dice while we may.
we're getting started very slowly here.
Yeah. No. It's
Sorry. Or you're welcome.
all right.
Ugh.
Great. Well done.
It's been a rough start to 2025.
Yeah. Boy, howdy.
It hasn't.
Did we play this game in 2024? Was that the last time we played it?
No, I think we did. I
Nope,
think we
it was
played
right
on the
after New
phone.
Year's because I was just freshly not hungover
Yeah.
anymore.
We played
Oh.
once in 2025, and then a couple of days later, wildfires broke out
Yep.
across Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Let's play this game, Philip.
it is dark in Arkham by now. This oddly uninspiredly named establishment, Rare Books and Maps, feels foreboding. And it's not just because there is now an unconscious, middle-aged man lying on the ground. It's not just because the wall paneling, as you can now tell, is very sort of dark and stained and a little dusty, which is interesting. One would think a housekeeper would clean it better. It's not just the sort of looming unpleasantness of the various tomes and rolled maps that are stacked around. The most unpleasant force in the room is Inez's niece, Alice, sitting there in this kind of high-backed chair. She is not a very large woman. She's probably, I think she's, maybe 5'2", very slender, sharp features, but she looks angry that you've brought this to her, and yet she also seems to be in control. And Inez, you've always found her, I think you even said something to the effect of, like, she was always a little weird, you know, you made some crack about her always kind of having been a little off, but you've never seen her look quite so menacing before. So she seems just as strange as usual, but now there's a kind of menace and unpleasant energy to her. But nevertheless, she sort of sits down and kind of gestures for you all to explain just what's happened.
Well, this one found or was given that, and then everyone in the restaurant passed out, and here we are.
Everyone in the restaurant just passed out?
Yeah, do we know if it was after you
do know pretty clearly that she said it was that woman spoke.
Okay.
Strange woman said words.
So I'll say, yeah, it was after that woman said those words that you were so opposed to. And we're trying to figure out what it means.
She gives you a look and says, "So, just to be clear, Inez, you're saying that some woman said some words in that restaurant and everybody fell asleep. And you're confused that I want people to not say those words?"
I'm not confused that you don't want him to say those words. I'm telling you why we're here.
Then why were you telling her to say them, Aunt Inez?
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know those were the exact words that were... You know what? We're just here to figure it out. All right? Oh, and we're on first name terms now? No auntie anymore?
She literally called you Aunt Inez.
No, but before she said Inez, without saying aunt.
Oh. Well, in any case.
Just then.
Oh. I thought I called you Aunt, but fair enough.
Look, I mean, you understand how this is all very confusing.
My advice to all of you is to just go home and not worry about it. Because this isn't stuff you should be looking into, especially if... What did you say the book was called again, the play? She looks at Winnie.
What was it called again?
The King in Yellow.
The King in, yeah. It was called The King in Yellow. It had a weird symbol on it. I don't really know what... It was a very weird play. It didn't really make much sense.
Can you describe this woman to me?
She was wearing really nice clothes, but they didn't really fit her. Her presence was really... it made me feel strange. She was very intimidating and kind of scary.
Did she smell like the sea?
I wasn't close enough to her to smell her.
Did her, were her eyes too big? Were they too far apart?
I don't know that they were too far apart. I didn't really particularly enjoy looking at her eyes. They were kind of cold.
Well, you're gonna ask if she had scales next? She had gills?
Did she?
Hey,
Alice, are you feeling all right?
I'm feeling fine. Just a little irritated.
Okay, well, we're just trying to figure out what happened.
I think you should just assume it was, you know, food poisoning or something.
Assume
I
until...
can assure you it wasn't food poisoning. We make sure everything is cooked to standards, to the right temperature. And the chef, I can vouch for him.
Thomas, she's not saying that it was food poisoning. She's saying to pretend that it was.
I
Okay.
can't. The reputation of the restaurant lies on my shoulders. I will not say that.
All right. A gas leak then. But that
Yeah,
doesn't...
no gas leaks. This is a.
Okay, Thomas, listen to me. We know there's nothing wrong with the actual restaurant. This is all just a cover. Okay, we're trying to figure out what actually happened, all right? So just go with it, all right?
What are we going to tell the papers?
We're not going to tell the
people, we're not gonna tell the papers anything.
The papers aren't going to be too interested in your story anyway, probably. She kind of looks back at Winnie. What were you doing there?
I was just supposed to meet somebody about a play. They told me that there was an opportunity to be in a play, and I've been trying to do more plays, and he didn't show up, but this woman showed up, and I don't really... I just want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't know why.
You should listen. You should listen to her. You should all do what she said.
Alice, I'm not going to go home after a bunch of people just passed out right around me because of some words and a weird symbol on a play.
Listen, I'm concerned that this is gonna interfere with my business.
Yeah, and Thomas, it could happen again at the restaurant. So we got to get to the bottom of it.
What am I supposed to tell Anton and Carmilla?
My suspicion is that you are dealing with someone who is very adept at certain occult practices.
You mean that was a spell or something?
That's exactly what I mean, Anna is. Someone cast a spell so they could leave. Put the rest of you into a dream. I'm pretty sure they were using a spell known to those who follow and worship Hastur.
What?
Pasteur?
Yes.
What's that?
It's a sort of a god, an entity connected to the play that this woman was trying to perform. Or was trying to get you to perform.
Is it from the ocean?
No. But she might be.
Well, here's a question. Why didn't... Okay. Not saying I believe that there's any, like, magical spells going on. But whatever she did, why didn't it put us to sleep? Why were we left alone? Why did we not?
Because... she kind of, like... she has to sort of choke back a laugh and says, relatively speaking, your wills were too strong. The fact that you said it got, like, this, how many people were affected? 5, 10, 20?
How many people were in Toronto? Yeah.
Probably 20.
Something like that, yeah, I don't know.
So?
Yeah. You're dealing with someone very good at what they do. Honestly, the only one I'm confused didn't fall, and she points at Winnie, is you. And you heard those words? Don't say them again.
I don't know. She didn't seem completely... I don't know. You're making her seem like this big... She didn't seem like she was all there. I don't really know. I said I didn't want to do her play, and she was... Or I almost didn't read it, and she started crying, and She seems like maybe she was having a fit, or maybe
Hysterical.
There you go.
And I'm not surprised, Miss Winnie Peck, that
yeah. What is that supposed to mean exactly? I mean, I'll have you know, I perform many vaudeville shows a day, and I keep up. I have never passed out.
Well,
Thank you.
if she said it directly to you, you would have been the epicenter, almost the target of it. So she
But what
was.
if-
Everyone else falling asleep was kind of just a bonus. You were the main person, so it didn't work on you. That probably means something.
Well, that or she was the eye of the hurricane and nothing was going on in the middle.
Anti-Nez, that. No.
I don't know. All this is very strange.
I agree, and that's why I'm saying, why don't you just go back to your parlor and do more of your calligraphy, Anti-Nez? And
Oh, you're just gonna relegate me to my little shed to do my little writings.
Well,
You know, I change your diapers.
if you go looking for this person, you're going to be up against something that you can't. I mean, you're going to be up against something that you're not ready for.
We're not looking to fight. We're just looking. Okay, so how do we avoid this lady thing?
What if she finds us again? I didn't even try to meet her, and she was just there, and I don't particularly want to run into her again.
You,
There you
I'm a
go.
little bit more worried about, or for, she says to Winnie. She wanted you to be in a play. Why did she leave? Because you said no?
I told her you couldn't really produce it in a play. It didn't make sense, and I told her maybe she could try making it as a moving picture, and she didn't know what that was.
Wait. What did you say to her?
I told her that maybe it would work better for the moving pictures.
Okay. All right. Okay, that's different. Okay, that's very different. Well, she shouldn't do that. I wish you hadn't said that to her.
I don't think that she can. No one would take that on as a project.
Okay. You're not wrong, but I wish you hadn't said that.
Why?
Listen,
What does it matter?
I don't even know what's happening. Again, I just want to go home. This is not normally what I do with my free time, and I don't really want to be associated with it.
I understand. All right. I'm gonna suggest that you all, okay, if you really wanna see through this, do you have any weaponry? Any of you have any guns? Knives?
do we?
Yeah.
The only one who probably would is Borland.
Yeah, like what do I have?
Whatever you want, I don't care. You want a gun, you have a gun. You want a knife, you have a knife.
Yeah, let's just say I got something in the back seat. Let's just say I got something in the back seat of my car.
He's caked up.
Okay. All right. Then, if you think you can, I can tell you where this woman might be. I have a suspicion, based on what you've said. And if you,
We're gonna kill this woman?
I don't want to go. I don't want to be around her.
then what are you asking me for, Inez?
We're just wondering. Okay, yeah, we don't want to go after her, but how is she going to keep herself safe?
If you kill this woman, you should be pretty safe.
Maybe we
She's
can.
doing
I,
this
I don't shoot dames.
Okay.
What about Mr. Petrello? Maybe he could help us.
Mr. Petrello, the gangster?
He deals with stuff like this.
There's no reason to get Mr. P involved.
Well,
Or his boss, or her boss. I was supposed to be meeting with what was his name?
Lou Benito. Yeah.
I was supposed to be meeting with Lou Benito, and she showed up instead. Maybe if we could ask him why he sent her.
Um. Okay. You can go speak to them, but that makes me a little worried. Those are criminals, okay? That means she's connected.
Hold on.
There's nothing wrong with the underside of town.
There's a lot wrong with that.
Well, they have guns and they have a lot of bodies to throw at problems. Things are about to get very dangerous in town.
For her. And she points at Winnie.
Oh, that's true. You could just leave, right?
Yeah, do you have a place to go?
You should leave.
You could stay at my place if you need to. I don't mean to be presumptuous.
Thomas, leave
I
town.
can't just disappear. I have shows to perform, and I'm sure my parents would try.
I thought you were
trying to
looking for work.
I mean, I'm still in vaudeville. I was looking for something else, but I can't just not show up. It's my job, and I take my job very seriously.
We can take the young actress home to a respectable place before we go digging up some dirt. All right?
Okay.
I just have one question. I'm sorry. What are your credentials,
Me?
Miss?
I'm a housekeeper.
How are we to... Ms. Inez,
We're related. What else do you need?
this... I mean...
He's been working for this guy who deals with all of this, and I've done work for him, and you know how older gentlemen take on to young ladies and will teach them their craft and whatever as a way to, try to do whatever. But this one, she'd never have that, so she's taken the knowledge and turning it into knowledge of the occult, I guess.
No offense, but...
My
how
family
are
is
we sure this
very thrifty, I'll have you know.
How are we certain this isn't snake oil? This is all too much.
Okay, well, you saw what happened at the restaurant, right?
Regardless, listen, kid. Regardless of whether or not it's snake oil, something happened. We want to make sure it doesn't happen again, right?
And now this one's in trouble, so, And I know, Thomas, you don't want her getting hurt, so we got to get her to a safe place, at least.
I think there's about to be a lot of trouble in this city. And if I were you, I'd leave.
Okay, well, I don't have any weapons, so do you have something I can borrow? Or you're the master of the house? Where is he? Where'd he go?
He's on the floor. She touched his forehead and he fainted.
I forgot. How'd you do? Can you teach me that?
No.
Is it okay? Well, it's not something that runs in the family. Okay, just checking.
Not.
And Thomas, look around and see if there's a fireplace with a fire poker.
Sure.
Does that require a roll?
Make a luck roll.
It's a 6.
That's very low. Nice. What's your luck score?
69, baby.
Nice.
Nice.
Yes, as it happens, you can just grab a really gnarly looking fire poker.
Nice. Thank you. Thanks, Daddy.
She looks at that for a moment and says, "Yeah, that's not bad." Now are you did ask her for a weapon, Inez, right?
Yeah.
I want you to go ahead and do, I don't know what your best thing of this will be, because you are not built to be a, persuasive or charming character. Not that you aren't, Lauren, because you always are. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to see if any of these, any role you could make. Then just do a basic. Well, your power is actually pretty high. So give me a power roll.
Okay.
You have an 80 in that. So
54.
54.
So regular.
You sort of say that, and she kind of grumbles and says, "Okay, yeah, there actually is
Okay, why do you sound so resentful?
Well, because it's a valuable thing, but I guess if you're gonna go, yeah, okay. She gets up and goes over to one of the stacks of books and picks up 3 books off the top and takes a big tome out and sets it down and opens it. And you see that it's mostly been hollowed out. Within is a dagger made of the handle is kind of just like wrapped, and honestly looks kind of dirty and grungy and maybe a little bloody. The blade itself is extremely clean and shiny, and you think it might be silver.
All right. Thank you. I'll return it as soon as all this blows over, I guess. Is this magic? You want to touch it? See if it does something, since you're magic?
Me?
Yeah, you made that guy pass out.
I know what that blade is. That's why I'm giving it to you.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm
Just
pulling your leg.
It's not really a very good knife, but if this woman is what I think she is, it will be a much better knife against her. But like, don't chop anything with it.
All right.
I think Winnie is just getting a little bit overwhelmed and like at the sight of like adding daggers and like fire pokers in. She's kind of just like backing out. She's like, I'll find a way to get home, and
No.
you all have fun doing what you're doing, but I don't want to do any of this is not.
Winnie, for all intents and purposes.
I can give you a ride
No,
home if you'd like.
That's very kind of you, sir. I just don't really love how it'll look to be with a criminal.
I mean,
Okay, we can. Do you have like a shawl or something, Alice? That we can disguise you. You can't go to your house alone, and apparently we've all got to get out of town. So, just for now, doesn't vaudeville tour?
yeah, you're gonna
It
pull
can,
out
but I can't just.
Okay, why don't you say you caught a cold or something? We'll write. We'll send a telegram. What? What did they use?
I think.
We'll send a pigeon.
Pony
Yeah.
Express.
Oh, telegram is the
the
message
beacons
sent
of Gondor.
using the telegraph. So you'd send a telegram.
We'll send a telegram.
Okay. How long do we think this is gonna take? Because I can't just. This is so out of my depth. I don't.
Alice?
Wait, are we trying to murder somebody? Because that's not.
It doesn't sound like you are. It
Well,
sounds
no,
like
we're
you're
trying to
gonna
get
go,
her out.
You're gonna go ask some questions that you shouldn't ask, is what it sounds like you're going to do.
Well, what would you suggest we do then?
I said it to you. The rest of you, drop it. You, run.
Where?
Boston? Then maybe New York? How humid are you willing to go? You ever been to Miami? I'd go to Miami.
Forever?
I'd be willing to go there with you. I've never been down to the tropics, and there's probably good restaurant work down there. Just if you need someone to accompany you.
I'm not going to Miami. I can't just go to
Well, okay, then we'll just take you back to your house.
Okay. I maybe I can talk to my parents and see if they have heard anything around town. They know, they're pretty well connected. They know of stuff happening. Maybe they have heard of some strange lady.
I'll tell you what, Winnie. Why don't you it's the bottom of the third column. I'd like you to make a psychology roll as you try to take the measure of this woman, Alice, who's saying this to you. This sort of young woman who's telling you to just leave.
Was a 59.
Oh, you skated in under your 60.
Just
Very
barely.
good. Then with a normal success, I think that you get the impression that Alice, like, the main thing you get is that she thinks she knows a lot more than all of you, very superior.
Yeah.
But she's a little scared. And her telling everyone to shut up about stuff and for you to run is probably honestly what she would do were she in your shoes, knowing everything she knows. Clearly there's a lot she's not saying, and she's probably just enjoying being smug and knowing and everything, but that's the vibe you get from her.
Alice, as much as I can appreciate what you've shared with us, I get the impression that have you met this woman before?
No. I'm not totally sure who she is, but she's good.
If you haven't met her, and if there was no reason for at least myself being next to her when she said the thing that I'm not supposed to say, then is she really as dangerous as you're saying she is?
She seems very dangerous.
All I'm saying is nobody died. I'm pretty sure we checked and everybody was sleeping, not dead.
That's good.
I left.
And she left without hurting anybody. Maybe we can talk to her and maybe she would have answers for what's going on.
She's good is all I'm saying. I'd stay clear.
Do you know where we would find her?
I have a suspicion.
Okay, well then let's try to find her and just get this over with, because I'm not moving to Miami. My hair in Miami? No.
Well, this took a turn.
All
I
right.
think you'd be fine no matter where you went.
Thomas.
Oh,
I'm-
Thomas.
Sorry, I'm just used to service.
Winnie, would you roll a d10 for me? Just the d10, just the 10 part.
2.
2. Wonderful. And then Lauren, would you roll me a d100?
61.
61.
I'm scared. Yeah. What does that mean?
Great.
Uh-oh.
Perfect. No, that's good. She will say, I know exactly where she's gone, based on what you've said. You gotta go downtown to Telenews. Telenews Cinema is the movie theater in town. It's on, I don't know if it's, I think it's probably technically Garrison Street. 552 North Garrison Street. There's a big blue world globe on the front of it. So, she says she's probably watching movies.
All
I
right.
mean, you can put on the path with your suggestion of the picture, so let's go check it out.
Sooner we can get this over with, the better.
Are Alice's parents alive?
Make a luck roll. Fail.
86.
Nope.
As we're leaving, she'll say, Alice, I'll give you a call tomorrow, okay?
Alice kind of looks at you for a second and says, sure, Aunt Inez. Goodbye. You guys step out over Edward Tillinghast. Head to the door. Inez, you have your knife. You can slip that in a pocket, no problem.
Yeah.
Good pocket. Alice kind of just stands up and watches you all go. Once you've left Rare Books and Maps, you do hear the lock click. Once you're out.
She's had a hard time since her parents passed away, you know, one right after the other. I did my best to stick around, but, you know, it's hard to raise a niece on a calligraphy salary, so, you know, had to. Anyway, where's your car? Over there. Let's go.
Right out front, yeah.
All right. Well. Borland, go ahead and give me a drive roll. Let's see. Obviously, you're gonna get
Shut
them.
up and drive.
You're gonna get them. You're gonna get them where they're going without issue.
Regular success, 6 to 7.
Cool. And I mean, this is actually a very short. You know, you guys are on the north side, and downtown is kind of just adjacent to it. In fact, oh, you know what? As I'm looking at this, oh, oh my God, that's wild. Hold on. This was 100% not intentional. We've been rolling for all of this. I'm gonna drag this over in front. So just so you guys see, here's a map of Arkham, circa 1920, whatever. This is where you were here on Gedney Street, or you were here on 126 Gedney Street, right here. Rare Books and Maps, see, Bloom, and the theater's right there. So you're literally it's a block away.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? If you have the car, you might as well use it.
Yeah.
You always listen. The one rule I learned: always have the getaway vehicle as close as can be.
Yeah. Move it over a thing. Wow, that's you randomly rolled where you were, by the way. That's hilarious to me. All right. All right. So, as you approach Telenews, you see that sort of big blue globe glowing on the front side. You also notice that there is a kind of in. Actually, Inez, give me one more luck roll.
Oh my gosh, 88.
88. Never mind. I was gonna say that you could have made the sign for this place, but sadly, your calligraphic skills were not required. The sort of mission statement of this theater is displayed. Instruct and entertain. There is a sort of small ticket booth right at the front. However, there is no one currently at the theater outside. You suspect a show is already in progress. There is, however, a ticket taker, a young woman, probably in her early 20s. She kind of notices you guys all sort of getting out of a car nearby and perhaps walking up, but she's there, kind of just looking bored. Because if you had to take tickets in the days before cell phones, I mean, my God, you know.
As everyone else is getting out, I'm just gonna pull up one of the benches in the car and pull out a couple revolvers. I'm gonna like look at everyone else, size everyone up, shake my head, stick one in my sock, and put the other one in my jacket.
I think Winnie is going to kind of grimace and scowl at the kind of brutality that it implies.
Love it. All right. So you guys walking up?
It's lost on me.
You're like, don't even notice.
That's the job.
So, what are you guys doing?
What film is playing? Do we know?
Yes, and actually, Inez, I'll have you roll this because I think you have this uniquely. Would you please make a roll of a language unknown?
Ooh.
A 1.
A 1. Well then,
What a time to roll a 1.
You know precisely what this title is because though it is not in English, it is H-A, but with an umlaut, X-A-N, which you know is Hexen.
Hexen.
Or the Witches.
Oh, well, that's appropriate.
This is you suspect Swedish, based on the title.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a poster for it that seems weird. It shows sort of a nude woman with a devil hiding in a tree looking down at her.
Creepy.
And it seems to be described as well, in any case, it seems to be a documentary of some sort.
So she'll turn around to the group and say, interestingly enough, this is a movie about witches. Bit of a coincidence. I don't know if it means anything, but maybe she's looking for her relatives in there. I don't know. And she'll just walk up to the ticket taker and say, looks like we missed the teller over there to buy tickets. Is there any chance of us getting in?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's 15 cents.
Do we have money?
Does anyone have a credit rating? That is a score you have. Is anyone's credit rating like lower than 10? You can all pony up 15 cents. If you'd like to.
That'd be a good return on this investment, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll turn to Thomas and say, are you paying for the lady or what?
Absolutely. Please. I'll pay for you. This is not
Sally, the young usher here, watching this, kind of looks at Thomas and looks at Winnie and kind of does a double take at Winnie, and is confused. There's these other two people, but goes, and then says, "Oh, would you also like to buy the lady some refreshments?"
Yes. What would you like?
Oh, well, I have, you want some chicken? By the way, they didn't do popcorn at the movies until after the Great Depression. They used to just give you, like, fried chicken and, like food and stuff. Yeah.
I would love... Oh, I guess you can get that
You can now, but the, like, popcorn at the movies it was born out of, like, we have to do cheap snacks.
Ms. Winnie, would you like some chicken? And anyone else, please? I would happily treat you to chicken because nobody was able to finish their dinner at the restaurant.
That's fine. I'm okay.
No thanks, kid.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry, never mind. Thank you.
Can Winnie? Winnie's gonna ask the ticket attendant.
Mm-hmm.
Have you by chance seen a strange woman, fancy clothes that don't quite fit, really intense eyes? By chance, do you remember taking her ticket?
Oh, I sold a ticket to a very strange woman. Yeah, I assumed I don't know. I thought she must have been from a church or something.
Okay. Well then I guess let's go in, guys, and see if we can find her.
All right.
Yeah, let's do it.
Lead the way. Mr. Snow?
I'll go in. Is this a theater where there's like a second level?
I feel like based on this being... I can't tell if there's other cinemas here. Hold on. Yeah, I think this is the only movie house. So yes. Because oh wait, there's other theaters. Hold on. I'm so sorry, but this is the only one where I'm gonna be... That's for stagehands. That one's abandoned. No, they still do. Okay, so yes, this is the only exclusively... This is the only theater that is exclusively feature films. There are a couple of others that play both films but also do stage stuff. This is the only one that only shows theaters.
So that means no second floor? No second level of theater seating?
I think it means they're make a luck roll. This is me just going through the stuff. I wasn't even fully answering your question as I'm thinking it through. This one was custom built to show theaters is the point.
46 underneath. That is a success.
Then yes, there is a second level. This was built to be like a movie palace.
Yeah. Then all right. Then let's go to the second level. And then we can look over, see if she's on the second level, but then also look over, see if she's on the first level too. Figure out where she is.
Okay. So you're going to start at the second level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys walk in, Borland, since you're kind of taking the lead on this, why don't you give me a stealth roll?
29, which is a regular success.
Nice. Still, a success is a success. It's over the thing. So Borland, you kind of sneak in, the others kind of holding back, and as you start looking around, actually, here, let me see if I can. Zane just shared a picture of Haxon in our chat. Go ahead.
That's cool.
Go ahead and can you throw that into the Zoom? Can you link that to the actual?
I don't know if they let us drop links if we're...
I think
you're a mod.
Here, I can. Well, here, I'll
You're a
just
mod.
drag. Here, I'll drag it open the thing. But there's a eating a fucking baby.
I thought that was Danny DeVito for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this is
Lauren found she also found the cover of the film.
I was trying to not be distracting, so I didn't send it to everyone. I just sent it
Why
to
not be distracting? Just always be
It's
distracting.
fine.
I do that enough, just being me.
Baby D. Oh yeah. Here, I'll throw that in too. Yeah. Just.
Yeah, this is wild. And now I want to watch this.
I feel like I'm gonna be cursed if I
I want
watch
to have chicken while I watch it.
I have watched several sections of it. It is pretty crazy stuff. So the point being, you guys go in, and I'll say that scene of the devils holding the baby and the craziness is happening. Borland, you sneak in. Now, Borland, you had put eyes on this woman already. You saw her, Mr. Borland Snow. So I think you know what she looks like. Could you simply give me a spot hidden roll, Borland Snow, as you seek her out in the theater?
24, which is a hard success.
And a hard success is a good one because this is a dark theater. So you're really only seeing her in the kind of a few glows but you look over and you do actually spot her. And as it happens, she is up here on the top level. She is in fact at the front of kind of the balcony overlooking, just watching this film with rapt attention. She's fascinated by what she sees.
All right, I'll kind of sneak. Was I the only one who went in, or did
The others might have come in. You're the only one who walked around to really see, so you can kind of go back. But
Yeah, I'll go
Thomas,
back, definitely.
Inez, Winnie, and Clara is, I suppose, with you as well. As you're sort of seeing all of this, you see this.
How crowded is the theater right now?
The theater is not. How crowded would you like it to be? Do you care? Okay, then roll a D100 for me.
50.
Half full. See what I did there? You were rolling percentage full. So, wait, Zane shared another image.
Wow.
Just
Really weird.
that movie's cursed.
Movie's rad.
I think we should watch it tonight
Yeah,
I
at
don't
midnight.
that's
No.
a good idea.
No, thank you.
Watch
Thank
it
you.
and then go into the bathroom and say stuff from it. Like turn around 3 times in front of the mirror and say a bunch of stuff from it.
Hoxton.
I'd never sleep again.
Hexon. Yeah. Well.
I know a couple of Swedish words. Actually, just
There.
one.
So Winnie,
Yeah.
the theater's about half full,
Okay.
but Borland has.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I see her over there. She's kind of around that way.
Okay.
Do we wait for the movie to end for her to leave, or should we try to get her to come with us
I don't know.
now?
Come with us.
I don't know. I'm assuming we're not going to have a conversation with her in front of everybody else.
Okay. Can I peek back? How far away is the chick that gave us the tick or that let us in?
She's down you'd have to walk down and walk across the lobby. It will take you like a minute to get to her, but yeah.
Okay. I can ask how long it's gonna take for this movie to be over. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna run and see. I will run and see.
The film is approximately an hour and 40 minutes. It should be over in about 30 more minutes.
Okay. I'll run back and say, we've got about 30 minutes. So why don't we step out here and think of a game plan? What we're gonna say? Because Winnie, I would like to remind you that my niece said that we're in danger, specifically you.
But she didn't seem to know entirely what she was talking about.
I wouldn't underestimate her. This is the weirdest I've seen her, but she's always had a little, aura about her.
I mean, I'm not saying we're not careful, but I'm just saying I don't know that she even understands what the situation is.
I think there was just a lot she wasn't telling us, to be honest. But what was your plan coming here? Because I was planning on just getting you out of town.
I mean,
You had a nice life with Thomas. And she'll elbow Thomas, jokingly.
I think Winnie just kind of doesn't want to say anything and just.
I'm kidding, Winnie.
Okay.
Way to put Winnie on the spot, man.
Inez does not have any sense of decorum.
Then we
Only
can
when
tell
she,
that, yeah.
only in her beautiful handwriting.
I mean, I don't know. I could ask her. I don't know. I could ask her about her. Pretend I reconsidered about her play, and you could see the symbol and see if it means anything to you.
Okay, and what if she incapacitates us like she did the others at the restaurant? Maybe we just got lucky.
I don't know. I mean, she left the other people alone, so and I don't know. There are tons of people around, so maybe.
Listen, if you want to talk to her and figure out what's going on, we've got your back. We've got your
I
back.
don't want to go to Miami. I don't want to go to Miami.
No one's gonna make you go to Miami. Look, okay, you guys figure out what you're gonna do out here. I'm gonna go inside and just keep an eye on her, make sure she doesn't leave in the middle of this and sneak out some other way. So I'll go back inside the second level and I'll sit down and just kind of keep 70% watch her, 30% watch the movie.
Borland, so actually we'll get to Borland in a moment. Inez, Winnie, and Thomas. He goes in. What are you guys just gonna kind of wait? Anybody doing anything?
Well, I would like to. So she'll say, I would like to propose we just go in, keep an eye on her, watch this witch movie. Maybe she's watching it for a reason. Who knows?
I could maybe ask if she wanted to pay her bill after leaving the restaurant so abruptly.
I wouldn't do that. Tom. Why don't we go in? I don't think it's wise for us to split up.
Okay. I mean, we can observe her and see if she does anything strange, but
All right. All right. Well, after you.
okay.
So
Comic.
you as you go in, you watch a scene of a woman being sentenced to be burned at the stake before various kind of this is a silent film. There is someone live playing music. There's like an organist.
Nice.
There are also intertitles here at the end of this segment that claim that over 8 million women, men, and children were burned as witches. The film then changes. There are several sort of vignettes of people still in the Middle Ages, but it starts to propose the idea that medieval torture devices were the reason so many people confessed to witchcraft, and the film begins to suggest that the things it has shown you are merely a demonstration of the nature of the worldview of these people in medieval times. It demonstrates a nun being coerced by one of these Satan sort of monsters, like we see the pictures of, into desecrating a consecrated host and stealing a statue of the Christ child. But then you watch vignettes about people sleepwalking, shoplifting, setting fires, and the intertitles begin to suggest that things that people once thought were demonical, were the work of the devil, are actually psychological ailments. Hysterias is the term the film keeps using. That modern people now know that these things that people were once burned for, we understand what caused this strange behavior, and it was not the hand of the devil. It was the science of the mind. There is a scene of a woman being sent away to a mental institution as opposed to being burned at the stake, somehow implying progress. As you all watch this, the film it's kind of hard to follow because the intertitles are still in Swedish, but they have had English written around the side of them onto the film. Borland, you said you were watching her. Give me another spot hidden roll as you watch the woman.
I was muted. 19, so hard success.
Hard success. She seems far less interested in this final section of the film.
And she's historically minded, you know? I don't know. Probably unimportant.
I think Winnie maybe leans over to Inez, being like, maybe she's just not well. I think that makes a lot more sense than witchcraft.
Well, I've never seen anyone not well be able to make an entire restaurant pass out.
What if it was some kind of weird coincidence, though? Like, that makes more sense to me than witchcraft?
Well, it could be, but, well, I guess we'll talk to her and find out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk to her. I'll ask.
Listen, are you sure this is what you want to do? You don't have to go to Miami. Do you know how big America is? Have you ever been out of here?
Not really. I don't really know what else is out there.
Okay, Miami's not the only place in the whole world. You can go somewhere else but it's up to you if you want to talk to her.
Maybe I just don't think that it makes sense that it would be witchcraft or some big deal. I think that maybe it just makes so much more sense logically that there's something wrong, and maybe she just has a little bit of hysteria. I know that we women get that sometimes. That's what I've been told, at least.
Sure. And she'll pat her on the shoulder. It should be almost over.
It's over at this point, in fact. The lights begin to come up. The woman just sort of sits there, looking kind of confused. People begin to shuffle out. And she stays, just kind of looking at the screen.
Winnie's gonna go over to her.
Okay.
She kind of goes up to the woman and is just kind of like, excuse me, hi, we met earlier.
Yes, you're the actress.
Yeah.
Were you in this movie? This motion picture?
No, I was not. I just...
Why, where is it?
Where is what?
The moving picture.
It's over. It ended.
This is what you think the play should be. It should be in a cinema. That's what this is, a cinema.
Yeah, this is a cinema. I'd love to take a look at your play again.
She reaches into her bag and hands it to you. I like the film, but I don't like that I couldn't hear them speaking. It's very important you hear the words for the play.
Why?
There's power in the words.
They
And
put
saying them.
the words on the screen.
It's not the same. You don't feel them. She takes the book from you and then flips through and points at a section of it and says, read this. Read this.
I think Winnie pointedly is reading it internally, not
No.
out.
Aloud.
Why? What? The last time you said words that I didn't quite recognize, people passed out.
Do you not recognize those words?
When he looks down at the play to see what the words
This
are.
one, it's in English. It seems to be a monologue. So you got that going for you. She's trying to give you a monologue. That's like a big deal for an actor. As your eyes scan over it, however, it is far like other things you've seen. It's very poetic. It does not really seem to be clear and well written. It seems very poetic, very kind of dreamlike and strange. I also need you to actually, we'll hold off on any sanity rolls now. Suffice it to say, you feel weird looking at it. You feel a sense of ooh, but do you want to read it out loud?
Can she... I think Winnie asks the woman, can I show this to the people I came here with? We're interested in this play, and I would like to see what they think.
Okay. That's not even a lie, so that's good. So go ahead and give me a Let's see. Your charm is the highest. Give me a charm roll. It's 83 on charm. So you can roll under an 83.
50.
50, a normal success. Very good. She kind of nods. So yeah, are you gonna take it back to the other three?
Yeah. I guess Winnie will just be like, I will be right back with your play. And she goes over to where the other three are. So this is her play. She was trying to show me this bit in specific. She asked me to say it out loud, but, you know, the last time...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't believe in magic, though.
I don't know. I don't... Listen, it's giving me a headache to look at. So if someone else wants to take it and look at it and give me an opinion, I don't...
Sure. Inez will take it and take a look at it.
Okay.
Can I do a spot hidden to see if there's anything like in the text? Is it written or typed?
It's handwritten. Wait, actually, hold on. No, it is typeset. Yeah, printing press typeset.
Okay, can I just do some sort of examination of like scanning the words, but also like I guess the way that they're on the page to see if there's anything
I
that
understand
might
what you're
jump
saying.
out?
Do a calligraphy roll.
Okay.
Art calligraphy.
11. What is my score?
Art calligraphy is your score. It's very high. So
Is 85. Oh, that's a hard success.
It's better.
Wait,
It's
under
extreme.
the red. Extreme.
Great, Inez. Great. Yes, Inez, you begin to look over it. And the first thing you notice is that the way this is sort of typeset and written is, actually, 83 is also your language. You also would have done this, whether it would be this your language own. Either way, as you look through it, you can tell that this is a very deliberately set out book. Everything about it is extremely, like, carefully composed. You see lots of places where things were, like, marked out and, like, moved over. There's a lot of weird indentation and stuff like that. Very intentional. That being said, give me a sanity roll.
Oh, damn it.
And no, just a sanity roll is fine. But, make a make a sanity roll. But, now go ahead and roll it. It's fine.
I got a 91.
Perfect. Okay. So Inez, you begin to read, and
I knew I'd been rolling too well.
well, I think there's about to be a I think the vibe's about to change here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's enough for the thing. All right. First of all, Inez, you're gonna lose 5 sanity.
Okay.
But also, could you please roll a D10 for me?
I don't. What if I said no? A 3.
Okay.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
You rolled a 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
For you?
Yep. All right. Roll a D10.
Again.
Oh no, this is gonna be
Another
rough.
3.
3. Great. All right. So Inez, you have rolled violence.
Oh no.
So the person closest to you is Winnie Peck. Please roll to stab Winnie Peck with your knife.
I'm so sorry. A D100?
D100, and fortunately, you're not like this isn't an amazing, but you just roll the brawl. So roll a brawl. Winnie, I'd like you to roll a dodge, but I'd like you to roll it. Well, actually, or would you rather fight back? But you're gonna whatever you're doing, you're rolling with 1 penalty because you're like this is totally out of nowhere by surprise.
So my unarmed brawl is 25, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a 59.
Okay. So Winnie, go ahead and give me a dodge. You'll probably just dodge rather than fight back. So give me
Yeah.
a dodge, but you have 1 penalty on it, which means you have to roll 2 of the d10s and use the higher.
Okay.
Sorry.
And oh my god, please roll a fumble. It'd be so cool if you fumble right now. If you roll a 100, that would be the coolest thing you could do.
So the first one was 13, but I have to roll the d10.
Oh snap! Okay, hold on. Wait, roll. Oh no! Wait. Wait. You roll a 13. Actually,
Yeah.
it's always. Oh, hold on. Okay, just roll the other one. Roll the other one.
Whoa.
That's fine.
Philip's having a stroke.
Just the 10 again.
Just the 10.
Or the 100.
Yeah.
Okay. The other one was an 83.
83. Okay. Well,
So sorry, Nicole.
let's go with the 13. Make a sanity roll. Roll a d100 again. Roll so high. It would be so cool if you roll so high.
14.
14. Okay,
Nice.
so you don't go insane from the thing here, but you do. You kind of like dodge back, and you're not hurt, but like Inez is just like the book is dropped, and Inez is just like slashing with a knife. Borland, Winnie, and Thomas, what do you all do?
Can I like try and like disarm, like grab the knife or stop her or something?
So you can go at her. So yeah, go ahead and if you're gonna try to take the knife away, why don't you give me a fighting brawl? Winnie, you roll. Inez, roll a fighting brawl as well.
69.
Nice.
A
84.
failure.
Okay, so basically it's a failure on all counts as you sort of just go over there, and Inez is slashing, and you're kind of going there. Thomas, what are you doing?
Thomas was trying to just grab Inez's hands to prevent her from slashing at Winnie.
Thomas, you give me a fighting brawl as well.
Good luck. That's a 79, but I'm gonna push it, actually.
I like that. Oh, you... well, actually, you cannot
Wait, can I push it?
You cannot push opposed rolls. Lauren, go ahead and you give me your
Okay,
fight
never
back.
mind. I won't.
Yeah.
34. So still a fail. Thank goodness she's bad at
Well,
brawling.
here's the thing. It's a 34? What was it? You run against Zane, or the one against Dan, that was much higher, right?
Yeah.
Last round? Okay. So the fun thing is, I'm actually going to say that in this case, you are scoring an easy success. Because he's trying to come to your hand. So I'm going to go ahead and say, Thomas, you are going to take a little bit of damage from that. Thomas, you're going to... Ooh! I rolled... Lauren, does your character have a damage bonus? It's kind of like right next to your magic points. Do you sell? I can look it up. Hold on. Oh, you do! You have a build of a Oh my god! You have a damage bonus. Roll a d4, Lauren.
Oh no! No!
Roll 4. That would be funny.
I did.
All right, cool. So, Thomas, you're just trying, like, she's not even doing it, but just, like, you're so in the way, and since Borland's there, it's just chaos. She does really get you. And she deals you 7 points of hit points.
Oh, baby.
I'm sorry.
How many hit points do you have total, Mr. Waiter?
I have 11.
All right, well, not anymore, you don't. Your hit points go down to... Oh, no, you have 10.
It says I have 11.
For Waiter Thomas
Oh,
Durfee.
wait, hold on. I clicked the wrong person's thing. Yeah, never mind. I have 10.
Less hit points?
3 left, baby.
All right, so Thomas gets really stabbed. So, Inez, you've stabbed Thomas. Inez, Winnie, it's your turn. What would you like to do on your turn?
I think because the book fell, so I think she kind of like tried to get the book out of the way.
Yeah. Oh, okay, you want to grab the book.
Yeah, grab the book from her under the assumption that like if I get it away from her, it's gonna help somehow. But I think also then just kind of like trying to like stop the bleeding that's
Okay.
happening on Thomas. Just kind of like
Okay,
she doesn't know first aid, but
understood. Well,
trying.
so if you're sort of doing that, I'm gonna say that you can easily grab the book and hold on to it.
Okay.
I'll also say that you, as you're kind of gonna maybe move over to Thomas, but Inez is still kind of out of control, stabbing robot. Winnie, you do notice something, which is that the woman she's just like staring at this like this is like not weird. She seems not at all confused. She's just I'm just kind of watching this happen.
Yeah, I think she kind of takes note of that, but is more focused on like mentally is like that's weird, but is just like trying to focus on keeping Thomas from dying and not
Indeed.
getting stabbed.
Indeed. So, Inez, it's your turn again. Would you try to murder Thomas for me, please?
Oh no.
You get a bonus on this roll. Thomas, do you want to? I think you've technically taken a lot of damage here, so I think you have various penalties. We won't do that right now. Thomas, are you going to fight back against her, or are you simply going to try to get out of her way?
I think he's still like. I don't think he's aware that he's been hit in the fray.
Yeah, he's probably
gonna
just like
try to. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and do a fight brawl yourself. Both of you fight brawls. Inez,
I got a 25, so right on.
A success.
82, baby.
All right, so Inez just fully and utterly. Inez, roll your. Actually, roll your d4. If you roll a 1 and I roll a 1, he's not down.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, I also rolled a 2. So okay, so basically, Thomas is slain.
Dead or
Yeah. It's Call of Cthulhu, guys. It's a very yeah.
I don't. We never got into a situation with this system where we're like down to 0 hit points.
Yep. Yeah. So there you go. So Thomas just there are some other rules, but for this one shot scenario, we're gonna simply say that it's that. So Inez, you stab Thomas. And he just Thomas. Any last words? As you see, the last thing you see is Winnie, and she looks beautiful in the light.
I think it's just like a look at her, like the look of like surprise and horror, and also this is probably the best way I would ever go. With all said with his eyes, and then he falls. When he dies, his eyes are still open in a horrifying way.
I'm actively crying right now.
Well, in any event, Borland, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna pull out one of my fucking guns and I'm gonna be like, Inez, drop the fucking knife, I'll shoot you. And then if she makes a violent move, I'm gonna shoot her.
Understood. So you're kind of holding a shot.
Yeah.
Winnie, are you just gonna, if you'd like to, you could take an action to like crawl dramatically to Thomas, to pour blood at Thomas. All right, great. So as you go to Thomas, what do you say anything? Are you just touching him? Or are you just like, oh my god, are you shaking him? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think Winnie is just like Thomas like kind of like shaking him, like not registering that he's actually dead, like just kind of like, no, this isn't yeah. So she's kind of
critical
freaking
question. Out. Where's the book while you're doing this?
I mean, I think it was tucked under her arm, but I think as she's shaking him,
it fell. Yeah.
Fallen. Yeah.
Like it. All right, Borland, you're holding a gun. Inez, you had you had 3 rounds of craziness, and you've only gone through 2, so you are still attacking. You still see red.
Bang.
So as you move, that being said, Inez, are you going to stab before Borland? Are you going to stab down at Winnie, who is like now with Thomas below you?
Who is closer?
Technically, Winnie's closer.
Why don't you choose?
Then you should stab Winnie, because if you raise to stab Winnie, and if Borland misses, you could kill her too, and then she'd be on top of Thomas.
I'll go for Winnie.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I want you to have rolled so low. What'd you roll?
I rolled a 14.
That's pretty darn good. Borland, go ahead and take your shot with your firearms. You're pretty good at those, right?
Yes. I'm going to spend 11 luck.
You cannot spend luck in opposed rolls, guys. I'm so
sorry.
Oh,
right. Well, it's a regular success.
Oh, it's a regular success. Okay,
gotcha. I was going to make it a hard success and just blow her off the fucking balcony.
Understood. Well, in that case, okay.
Understandable, though.
I believe revolvers.
I don't have anything on my sheet for that.
I know. That's on me. Okay. You said a revolver. Roll a D.
20.
No, sadly not. 1920s.
Does he have a damage bonus?
No, it'll have a thing. How big a gun you think you got? What caliber you think you're talking about?
I don't know guns well enough to say that.
That's fine.
I mean, I
It's a
had
Desert Eagle.
I the small one is tucked in my sock. This is the bigger one.
This is the bigger one? Okay, sure. We'll say it's a... Yeah, roll a d10.
Fuck yeah. 7.
Okay, well, you add 2 to that. So how many hit points does... Oh!
I have 13.
She has 13 hit points. All right, so basically...
She's a hardy lady.
So you catch her. Wait, but you did succeed at your attack, didn't you? All right, so you catch her, but she'll still fall down onto Winnie. Winnie, give me a dodge. Give me a dodge roll. And Inez, a 14 is only a normal success for your fight brawl, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I rolled a 32, and mine's a 35.
Lucky.
All right. So because it is a dodge, you've both rolled a normal success, and the tie goes to a dodge. So basically, Inez, you fall down and you stab into Thomas.
Oh.
His body, as Winnie's like, Winnie, you were there like it's okay, and then you hear she like and she hacks down. Now, Inez, at this point, you come out of your stupor.
With my hands on a dagger in Thomas.
Yeah, but also with a bullet through you.
Oh my god.
Is it my turn next?
Yes.
Do I recognize? I mean, do I see that she's like coming like doesn't have like a craze in her eyes?
What is your psychology score?
My psychology score is a whopping 10.
Oh.
You have no sense of that.
I'm gonna fire again.
All right.
Inez, it's just frozen in horror.
Okay. And because Inez, you might not even be, because you've suffered so hard, I think, you definitely have a major wound right now, which means you're in a bad shot in any case.
How many points did I lose?
You
7?
rolled 9, you lost 9 points. However, he's shooting for you. Actually, Inez, since you fell onto that, go ahead and make a con roll for me, Inez.
Sorry, a cons.
The
what?
con, like up at the top.
Oh, yeah. Nope, 79.
Okay, so you as you like in the pain of this, as you come out of the stupor, you do fall unconscious, but Borland is already shooting down. So I guess Borland, go ahead and take your shot.
Fair.
That's actually a fail. It's 77.
She falls out of the way. She's out.
Like, drop the knife. Drop the knife.
Now the knife, you can see, she's passed out. The knife is in Thomas.
Yeah, I'm.
The woman picks up the book and just kind of says, "So She kind of like opens it up and just turns to Winnie. So yes, will you read from this section?
I point my gun at her. Like, what the hell was that?
Oh. What was what? Who are you?
What do you mean? What was what? What just happened? What just happened to her?
What just happened to who?
Inez, she went crazy and she killed the boy.
Oh. Will you read for us?
Me?
She's just turning to Winnie, who's like just covered in
I think
blood.
she's kind of like sitting there like in shock, like hyperventilate, like not really registering anything else that's happening.
I'm gonna shoot her.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and take a shot.
Nice.
That's a 1.
A 1. Wow. Okay.
It's times 5 for a vital.
But times 20 for a vital. What is your?
Okay, so
It's a vital, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then I'm gonna say, yeah, that's she had no sense that you were about to shoot her. So a 1 is pretty damn good. Go ahead and roll a d10.
2.
2, so that's 4. So that you do shoot her, and well, see, I don't know that there actually is like damage bonuses for like the like much better things.
Is it like how certain it is that it hits?
Yeah.
That is a good question. Book and Dagger just asked if a 1 is always vital.
No, it's not always vital. You cannot. In fact, a 1 is not technically even always a hard success. If you do not, like, if you don't have 20 points in a skill, you cannot score a vital success. If you have 5, the best you can do is extreme. If you have 2, the best you can do is hard. If you have 1, the best you can do is normal. Yeah. Okay. Point blank. No, you're aiming for no. Yeah. Okay, cool. So no penalty for that. Okay. So she takes the shot, and it's like, oh, and she looks very confused.
Drop the book.
She just kind of like gestures to you and says, "Go." Borland, give me a sanity roll.
Hell yeah.
Actually,
Damn.
What'd you got?
36, which is success.
Is that a hard success?
Just a regular.
Perfect. Borland, she just says go, and you do walk. You just stand up and just walk off the edge of the balcony.
Okay. I mean, how much damage do I take from that?
Good question. You'll take... Oof, I rolled so high. Go ahead and take...
Don't look at my sheet. Don't look at my sheet. Just tell me how much.
Okay, no, I won't look at your sheet. Take 10 damage.
Okay.
And then, are you still alive? Are you still
I'm still alive.
over? Then make a Constitution roll. Just a con.
That is a 50, which is a regular success.
Regular success. So you were not unconscious. You're just on the ground. That being said, Borland, you're pretty... Well, actually, it was only a normal thing. So I think you hit the ground and you're down there and you've crashed through seats. And obviously people who were like still stragglers are now like running because there's been gunshots and stuff. But you're just down there. Anyway, she kind of like she looks at herself and she starts pulling she pulls like a bullet out of herself and there's blood, and then she just like starts like digging her fingers into the wound like, oh. Huh. Will you read?
I think that Winnie at this point is just like trying to like crawl away from her, like just trying to get away because she's like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. But everyone I came here with is dying or dead. And trying not to get too much attention from her because she just made someone walk off a balcony, but just trying to get away.
She then digs her fingers deeper into the wound. Wait, I'm gonna roll a luck for her. 90. Okay, so she like goes like this, and she's just going, and then she suddenly goes and begins to cough up a bunch of blood, and then she just falls over. She has a very confused look on her face. So, Winnie, with Thomas dead, Inez dying, Borland gravely injured below, there's just a book sitting there. What do you do?
I think that since the woman has fallen over, does she still have the book? Or did she drop it?
No, the book is like on the floor. Like, I guess she had picked it up. You know, I think she handed it back to you. And then Borland shot her. So it's like in front of you. It's maybe not in your hands, but it's right in front of you.
I think that when he looks at the book, looks at the woman, and just like very desperately is just like, what is this? Why are you doing this to all of us?
Why is this happening? Why is any of this happening? And not knowing the answer to that question will haunt Winnie for the rest of her life. That is where we'll end this session. And this trip to 1925.
Wow.
I will simply say this. Here at the Telenews Cinema, this kicks off a very, very violent period in Arkham. The Telenews murders obviously grip the imagination of the town, whether or not, regardless of how many people die. We'll get to whether or not Inez and Borland lived through this later on. Perhaps that'll be something we look up 100 years later. But things got Cthulhu-y there at the end, didn't they? Well, thanks, guys.
Boy, howdy.
Boy, howdy. Thank you all so much.
Thanks, Daddy.
I'm gonna say something which is this game, just because it's the vibe of the tone of it, there's gonna be a lot of like endings where just like horrible things happen and you're not really sure what was going on, and that's the vibe of this mythos.
That's half of the horror.
That kind of is. It's not, you don't, I mean, like, you'll get many explanations, but you won't always get them. So all Winnie is left with, like, why are you doing this? She's just covered in blood, as Inez tried to stab her and instead stabbed Thomas again. Poor guy.
Sorry, Thomas.
Well, very good, everybody. Thank you so much. That was very fun. I appreciated these characters. I liked how Winnie, it's like, you know, like when like there's like a dude who just kind of like, you know, like so into you, and it's like whatever, and it's like, okay, yeah, but then like when he dies trying to defend you, it kind of does like change the timbre, you know. It's like, oh man, I'd have gone to Miami with you. I'm sorry, don't be die.
I mean,
I
yeah,
like that Miami was.
The hottest thing that a guy that you're not really into can do for you is die trying to save you.
Yeah, it's true.
And that is the most memorable thing he would have ever done in his life.
Yeah.
It's true. Wow. Well, thanks, guys. That was very fun. So this is 100 years before our modern day game begins. I am not 100% sure if it makes sense to do a 1975 game, Preludes and Quaaludes, as Dan suggested. I don't know if we should do that, or if we. I'm gonna ask this. This is not binding. I'm getting the temperature of you guys. Do you want to do more Preludes, or are we feeling like we're kind of ready to build our real characters and get into this actual campaign?
I'm ready to build a real character.
I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, we were kind of spinning our wheels for 2024, and we're like, I'm back in town. It's going on. You know, I think maybe it's time. We still may do a 1975. Make no mistake, but it might happen as like an interlude. Interludes and Quaaludes.
Yeah.
So. Oh, wow.
That was art.
That was great, guys. I enjoyed that a lot. And I'm really glad that I rolled a movie theater and that we got to talk about Hexan.
That was fun.
I really want to watch that now. The pictures, you can find like a whole gallery of the photos.
I've watched some videos of it. There's one thing where a bunch of witches and people, or like people who are like committing themselves to Satan, all have to walk up and kiss Satan's bottom.
It looks like it's available on Tubi.
Hey,
it's available on Max with subscription. It's available.
It's available on Max.
TV premium subscription.
Wow.
Yes, it's
Nice.
a lot of these places it's a premium subscription.
I wonder if it's available on Max through like Turner Classic Movies.
On archive.org, it looks like there's a free version of it.
Yeah,
And the film is public domain now, so you could,
remix
make
it.
a.
Do you want me to post the link in the chat for everyone, Philip?
Yeah, post a link about Hexon if you want to. I don't fully know the exact Swedish pronunciation, but I'm pretty sure it's Hexen like that.
Hexen.
Hexen. Well, that was fun. Thank you guys. So I think next week we probably will meet those of us here. We won't actually play a game, but we will start crafting our characters and figuring out how they intersect and interact. This is a much more complex system to build. To sort of build a character in compared to D&D and stuff. So it honestly, with all the players, and I also want to do some I want to do some stuff where we kind of do some of those things of, how do you know this person? You two come up with one thing in your past you have. Because these are going to be people who kind of know each other. We're not meeting each other for this game. You're all residents of Arkham circa 2025. So you guys, I want to have some, some good blood, some bad blood between everyone. So we'll be doing some of that stuff as well. So we might do like 2 character building sessions for this game, depending on how things go. So that'll be next week. We'll start into that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So please join us for that. You can join us for other games. On Sunday, we are back with Monster the Ravaging. We are coming into the home stretch of that game. And things are heating up literally because they went to hell, but now they're back. But please join us. That game has been so fun and stupid, and we've been talking about, we're going to be wrapping up this arc of it soon, but we definitely want to revisit this sort of gothic punk world because it's so stupid and we like it so much. So that'll be on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. On Monday, we are back with Dreamlands Theater of the Mind, which is still MEI. I really thought we were going to do shorter form things here, but I just love MEI so much that was going on. You can go to our Discord to vote for MEI. Which is our there's a different vote this time. It's different. You're not voting, you're giving references. You can do 2 references a day, either 2 good, 2 bad, 1 good, 1 bad, for the various characters who might interview to join the staff there. So we have some very interesting things going up where some people are just giving, I'm really curious why people are doing what they're doing on this one. I love it. So please give some character references for the various people trying to apply to work at this crafting shop. On Wednesday, I think we are back with a deck of long lost things. I cannot guarantee it, but
so excited about this.
Yes, and I will, however, say that also will not be a game. I think we're going to need to do like a catch up. I'm gonna let them level up. It's gonna be like a partial reboot. They're gonna level up a bit. And Dan, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you this: you're not gaining 1 level.
Oh, that's what I felt like you were intimating to me.
Yeah.
In our discreet messages to one another.
You are gaining some levels, and however many levels you gain will.
And I'm happy to let my mind wander and say that were it simply 2 levels, you would not refer to it as some. I feel like some implies more than 2.
Let me say this: if the dice are cruel to you and/or the card draws are cruel, it could only be 2.
Oh, but there's random chance. Oh, I love to gamble, baby.
I thought you did, baby. So yeah, join us for that on Wednesday and see Dan happy about gambling. And then on Friday, we're back to do some more character building for this game. So we've got a lot of fun stuff here. Go to our Discord to interact with us, our YouTube to watch old episodes, and the wiki to see how these games intersect with each other, and also all the horrible things I've said that they've pulled out of context to try to assassinate my character.
Yeah.
Would any of you like to... Oh, also, should we thank anyone in chat?
Oh, absolutely. We have quite a few people to thank in chat. The evening began with our very own Ayayoshi rating with a party of 42 viewers this evening.
Thank you so much.
A.k.a. Winnie Peck. May never see you again. I don't know. May hear... Yeah, you know what? Winnie Peck will be old in the next game, I bet. We had a follow from Impulse Eve. I'm sorry. And then we had some of our longtime subscribers, Book and Dagger, 45 months, 45. Wow. We had Sophia at 33
Welcome
months.
to Club 33.
Of 33. Then that began the hype train. Then Galanorian Saber came in and gifted a sub tier to Midnight Morticia of all people, which is awesome. And then I shared my own. I'm at 41 months, pales in comparison to Book and Dagger's 45. Then we achieved our hype train level 1. Our own Steinbergler is at 43 months.
Wow.
He's edging. He's edging. And then we had Lauren Shuby cheer 100 bits. And then our very own Steinbergler cheered 400 bits. The Rose Explodes cheered 5 whole bits.
You gotta check the budget of that household, man.
Train. Yeah. What's that?
You gotta check the budget in that household.
Yeah. Well, no, but she did cheer another 4 bits after that.
Oh,
and then we had Red Dog TN or Red Dog Tennessee, maybe. I don't know, but Red Dog TN followed this evening as well. And we had some new folks in chat, their first time chatting. So welcome, everyone.
Welcome and
what a riveting evening.
Thank you all for being here in chat. That was so fun. You're all appreciated. Whether you're long time, short time, or just edging around, I'm so glad everyone's here. Oh, anybody want to say anything, plug anything, mention anything, apologize for anything?
Philip, why are you the way you are?
Because I like to say things just for me. And sometimes those things shouldn't be said.
They're little treasures for you.
It's a bon mot, right? Is that the French pronunciation? A bon mot?
It's bon moment.
Bon moment. Bonabon. Billabong.
Bing bong.
Wow. Thanks, Lauren, for cheapening it. God damn it, every time. Well, thank you all so much for being here. I'm so glad that we are back and ready to kind of hit the ground running with all these fun games and do fun stuff. You guys are wonderful people. Really appreciate it. Also, congratulations for your first cry on our stream. Thank you, Nicole.
There's so many more of those in store.
There
Can't help it.
Well,
it's fine. No, it's good.
The way Philip runs things, yeah.
It was just such a tragic moment, and in my head, I'm like, this poor guy. He was just a sweet little guy.
You're gonna learn Zane's sweet little characters always die.
Yeah, they do.
If anybody else had died, I would not have cried. But because it was Thomas, I was like, no.
Just trying to be the best server he can be.
Just something in me broke.
There will be more.
There will be more. Hey, that's great. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching. This has been delightful. Until we meet again, whatever you do, try to resist the call of Cthulhu.